Cardi B just walked away from Stefon Diggs. And when you lay out what happened to her in the last 12 months, you're going to understand why she ran and why anyone who cared about her was begging her to do it sooner. A paternity lawsuit filed before they even went public. Another woman's baby confirmed the same month she gave birth to hers. A felony strangulation charge weeks later. A Christmas photo with yet another child. A Super Bowl quote that aged like milk left in a hot car. And now she's out. This is the full timeline of how Stefon Diggs burned through Cardi B's trust in under a year, told in the exact order it happened, with every receipt on the table. If you want celebrity stories told straight, with no sugarcoating, smash that like button right now so this breakdown reaches more people who need to see it. Let's rewind to where this started, because the warning signs were there before Cardi B ever posted a single photo of this man.
October 2024. The first rumors hit that Cardi B and Stefon Diggs were involved. Cardi was 32, a Grammy-winning rapper, mother of 3, and had just filed for divorce from Offset 3 months earlier in July. Her third child with Offset, Blossom, was barely 1 month old. Stefon Diggs was 32, an NFL wide receiver fresh off a massive contract and, on paper, a catch. Cardi went on Instagram Live and called the rumors insane and crazy. She denied everything, but something was clearly happening behind the scenes. Here's the first domino, and it's a big one. December 2024. While Cardi and Diggs were quietly involved, a woman named Aileen Lopera filed a paternity lawsuit against Stefon Diggs, claiming he was the father of her unborn daughter. Let that sink in. 2 months into whatever Cardi thought she was building with this man, another woman was already pregnant with his baby and taking him to court over it. Cardi knew. She had to know. And she stayed.
February 14th, 2025. Valentine's Day. Photographers caught Cardi and Diggs together in Miami. First visual proof. The relationship was no longer a rumor. April 2nd, 2025. Aileen Lopera gave birth to a baby girl named Charlie Harper. Stefon Diggs was publicly contesting paternity at this point and demanding a DNA test. But the baby existed, she was his by blood, and the clock was ticking on that reality catching up with him. May 12th, 2025. 1 month after that baby was born, Cardi and Diggs made it official at a Knicks-Celtics playoff game at Madison Square Garden. They held hands. Cardi squeezed his cheeks on the Jumbotron. The internet ate it up. Nobody in that arena knew Stefon Diggs had a 1-month-old daughter at home with another woman and a lawsuit hanging over his head.
June 1, 2025. Cardi made the relationship Instagram official. Boat pictures, a video of her grinding against him. They flew to France, and Diggs rented a literal French castle because apparently nothing says love like a chateau when you've got an active paternity case back home. Everything looked perfect. And then September happened. September 17, 2025. Cardi sat down with Gayle King on CBS Mornings to promote her new album. Live on national television, she dropped the pregnancy announcement. Her exact words, "Yes, I am. I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stefon Diggs. I'm excited, I'm happy, I feel like I'm in a good space." Remember that line, "I'm in a good space." You're going to want it for what comes next. September 19, 2025. Cardi released her sophomore album. The title, Am I the Drama? Looking back, that might be the most prophetic album title in music history because her actual life was about to spend the next 6 months answering that question with a resounding yes. The very next day, Cardi posted a video riffing on the old Shirley Brown song, Woman to Woman, the one where a woman confronts her man's mistress. Her message, paraphrased, was basically, "That's your baby daddy, that's my baby daddy too. We'll figure it out." Funny on the surface, heartbreak underneath. Sitting in team owner Robert Kraft's private box. When her face hit the video board, the crowd erupted, and Cardi broke out Stefon's signature touchdown celebration, left hand over her face, right hand waving. She was all in, completely, publicly, visibly in love. November 4, 2025. 2 days later, Cardi gave birth to their baby boy, A boy she would later reveal was named Brim, Diggs's first son, the climax of everything she'd been building toward. Now, here's where the timeline turns into a demolition.
Same month, November 2025. While Cardi was in her postpartum window, recovering, sleepless, bonding with her newborn son, the paternity test results came back on Aileen LaPera's daughter. Stefon Diggs was the father. LaPera's attorney put out a public statement confirming it. Cardi was reading in the news that the man who'd just given her a baby was officially, legally, the father of another baby girl born 7 months earlier to another woman. She had just given birth 2 days before the other woman's statement went public. 2 days. Think about where Cardi was mentally and physically in that moment. That's not a red flag, that's a red billboard. And we're still not at the worst part.
December 2025, Stefon Diggs was arrested and charged with felony strangulation or suffocation plus misdemeanor assault and battery. The alleged incident involved a dispute with his personal chef over unpaid wages at his home in Massachusetts. According to the allegations, Diggs entered her room during the argument, smacked her across the face, and choked her with the crook of his elbow until she feared blacking out, then threw her on the bed and walked out. Diggs's attorney categorically denied the allegations and said the whole thing was a money dispute. But the charges were real, the court date was real, and Cardi was now the girlfriend of a man facing a felony for alleged violence against a woman with a newborn in her arms. Christmas Day 2025. 7 weeks after Cardi gave birth to Brim, Diggs spent Christmas not with her and not with their baby. He spent it somewhere else, and he posted a photo on Instagram holding another baby boy in front of a Christmas tree. The caption referred to "one of my boys' first Christmas." Reporting identified the baby's mother as a woman named Kayana Barber, meaning another child had quietly entered the picture while Cardi was home recovering with his newborn son. Do the math on what this man did in a single calendar year. December 2024, paternity lawsuit filed against him. April 2025, baby born from that lawsuit. November 2025, Brim born with Cardi. November 2025, paternity confirmed on the other baby. December 2025, felony charges. December 2025, Christmas photo with yet another baby from yet another woman. That is one 12-month stretch. 1 year. By the most credible published counts, Stefon Diggs has at least 6 children with multiple different women, and at least 3 of them were born in 2025 alone. Let that land. 3 newborns, 1 year. Multiple women pregnant by him at the same time, and Cardi was one of them. If your jaw is on the floor, you're not alone, and you're going to want to subscribe because the ending of this story is where it all finally breaks. February 2, 2026, 6 days before the Super Bowl. A reporter asked Stefon Diggs whether Cardi B was getting an engagement ring after the big game. His exact answer, "It's on the agenda, maybe, right? I gotta get mine first, though." I gotta get mine first, though. Remember that line. Because 6 days later, the universe answered him.
February 8, 2026, Super Bowl LX. The Patriots lost to the Seahawks, 29-13. No ring for Stefon. Cardi B gave him a brief good luck before the game and then left the stadium early after halftime. She was done before the clock was. February 9, 2026. 1 day later, the breakup went public. A source close to Cardi laid it out in plain language. Things had gotten too heated, too complicated, and the moment Cardi felt she couldn't trust him, she pulled back. She had 4 kids to think about, a sold-out tour to run, and a new album to promote. She didn't have room for a man who couldn't stop adding complications to her life. She unfollowed him on Instagram. He unfollowed her. And just like that, it was over. But Cardi being Cardi, she wasn't about to let outsiders pile on the father of her child, even after she'd walked away from him herself. When rapper Bia tweeted, "Can you name someone with more baby mamas than receiving yards? I can." Cardi waited almost a week, then addressed it from the stage at her sold-out LA show on the Little Miss Drama Tour. Her words directly,
Let me tell you something. Just because I ain't messing with my baby daddy doesn't mean you get to talk about my baby daddy.
That right there tells you everything you need to know about Cardi B. Romantically done. Protective, forever. She would walk away from him herself, but she wouldn't let a stranger drag him in public. That's a woman who loved him. That's a woman who might still love him. And that's exactly why what happened next is so complicated. April 8, 2026. Stefon Diggs walked into Cardi B's tour stop at Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. He wasn't alone. He brought his mother and his brother, Stefon Diggs, the Dallas Cowboys cornerback. Videos hit social media within minutes, showing Stefon dancing along to Cardi's performance in the crowd. After the show, both of them were seen leaving Cardi's afterparty at a D.C. club called Throw Social. Stefon left first. Cardi followed shortly after in a purple and white bandage dress. According to multiple reports, they ended up leaving in the same car. Neither side has publicly confirmed a reconciliation. Neither side has denied it either. But the internet is already convinced. And honestly, after everything we just walked through, who can blame them for assuming the worst? And if that wasn't enough, one more wrinkle dropped the very next day. April 9, 2026, reports surfaced that Cardi's ex-husband Offset had actually wanted a DNA test for her baby with Stefon Diggs. Even the ex-husband has a subplot in this drama. You truly cannot make this stuff up. So, here's where we land.
Did Cardi B dodge a bullet? Based on the timeline, based on everything documented, sourced, and confirmed in the last 12 months, the answer is obvious. She was in a relationship with a man who had an active paternity lawsuit against him before they ever went public, who had another baby confirmed the same month she gave birth to his son, who was arrested on a felony strangulation charge weeks later, who spent Christmas with another woman's child instead of his newborn son, who publicly joked about engagement rings 6 days before losing the Super Bowl and his girlfriend in the same week, and who has fathered, by credible public counts, at least 6 children with multiple different women, 3 of them in the same calendar year. Cardi B is a grown woman, and she has every right to make her own choices. This isn't about judging her. This is about being honest about what she was dealing with, because the facts paint a picture that nobody who cared about her could look at and feel good about.
Here's the verdict, and I'm not going to hedge on it. Cardi B didn't just dodge a bullet, she dodged an entire clip. Whether she stays gone or whether that April 8 car ride turns into a full reconciliation, the timeline doesn't lie. 5 red flags, 1 calendar year, every single one documented. And that's before you even get to the rumors circulating online right now about yet another alleged baby with yet another woman, which nobody has confirmed, but which would surprise exactly 0 people at this point. Cardi B is talented, she's successful, she's a mother of 4. She survived a very public, very messy marriage to Offset and came out the other side with her career bigger than ever. She deserves a partner who respects her, prioritizes her, and doesn't keep adding children to his roster while she's pregnant with his son. Stefon Diggs, based on everything we know, is not that partner, and the warning signs were flashing in red neon from October 2024. She saw them. Eventually, she listened to them. Whether she stays listening is the only question left. If you made it to the end of this breakdown, you're clearly locked in on this story. So do yourself a favor and subscribe right now, because this situation is nowhere near over. The court date is pending, the reconciliation rumors are swirling, and the next chapter is going to drop when nobody expects it. Drop a comment and tell me, do you think Cardi stays gone this time, or does that April 8 car ride mean she's already walking back in? I want to hear it. Hit that like button if this breakdown earned it, and I'll see you in the next one.